Hello, I'm Edward Slavis with eXp Realty. I'm the team leader of the Slavis Group, and this is your real estate market report for January 2023. This month, we're going to cover all of the DC metro area as opposed to just DC proper or just say Montgomery County as we've done in the past. So this is DC metro region. And this month will be interesting. The data for December is now out, so we will be able to compare all of 2021 with all of 2022. As always, we will begin with interest rates. The source of this data is Zillow. Rates had peaked above 7%, and as you can see, over the last 3 months, they have come down considerably. We are now about 5.75, maybe 5 7/8 in that ballpark. Again, this always depends based upon your credit score, the amount you're putting down, etc. But the trend of mortgages is certainly towards more market activity and a stronger real estate market. The question is, as rates were elevated substantially during 2022, how did that affect it when compared to 2021? And what we're going to do here is look at a series of charts. All of them will be, several pairs of charts. The first one will be of actual values, and the second will be a comparison of the previous year, the year-over-year comparison for the last 2 years broken down by month. So these are the total number of closed sales over the last 2 years, again, broken down by month. And you can see the numbers for 2022 are significantly lower than 2021. If we look at a year over year, we can see that visually. Again, the right half of the graph here is showing that 2022 is anywhere between 12.5 to this line here being 25, down to about 40% lower. Now, that's not price. That is the total number of sold properties. So substantially more during every single month of the year from January through December. A lot less activity in 2022 than in 2021. So there are less homes being sold. There are also fewer homes being listed. So again, these are new listings, upwards of north of 10,000 some months in 2021, and just fewer homes sold in 2022. Fewer homes even listed in 2022. So if we compare it year over year, again, you can see, with the exception of February, which looks even, every single month this last year, there were successively fewer and fewer listings than compared to 2021. So the supply is simply not there. Fewer homes are selling, but also fewer homes are coming on the market, which of course is going to affect the price. And these are our prices here. The interesting thing, again, these are the actual values. The home prices actually peaked at over 600,000 in May of this year. That was before the big impact of interest rates. And since then, it has been on a fairly steady decline through December. When we compare it to the previous year, the average sale price in the DC metro area was slightly higher this year than in 2021, which is, of course, because these are positive, 2021 was better than 2020. So when we look at the market as a whole, and not necessarily a sub-market, prices have not necessarily decreased, okay? You can see here in December, it was a little bit lower than in December of 2021. But again, that's not enough to you kind of draw a conclusion about prices. Prices per square foot is where we'll always look next to make sure the size of the properties are not changing. You can see here median price per square foot, actual values, and then same thing. Properties were selling for slightly more per square foot throughout 2022. Again, slightly lower in December, but that's not enough to necessarily draw a trend. That could be an anomaly. We'll find out next month. Median days on market, however, has increased substantially. During spring markets, things always move faster. That's one of the advantages of obviously listing in the spring. Things will climb up, drop off, and then climb back up. This data is the year-over-year change. And as you can see, the last quarter of 2021 was slower than the last quarter of 2020. I'll make sure to get the years correctly. But then this quarter was even slower than that. So you can see the homes on average, median days on market is now above 3 weeks, at least for December. It was at 2 weeks for all of September, October, and November. So that is a change. The properties are staying on the market longer. And of course, this is how it affects with months of supply. So you'll have properties that are coming down in price. Fewer properties that are being listed, and they're staying on the market longer. So you will have, more months of supply because, again, it's not being sold quite as fast. So again, actual values of months of supply. Months of supply is simply the calculation is if there are 10 homes sold every month and there are 30 homes in the market, you have 3 months of supply. So if no new properties come in the market during those 3 months, in 3 months, there will be no houses for sale. Keep this in mind that in a traditional, a textbook real estate market, if you have 6 months or less of supply, it's considered a seller's market. So we are now still at about 1.5 months, during the slowest time here of the year, now back down to about 1 month of supply. So a lot of our ideas about this real estate market are compared in terms of, are rates too high? Well, compared to 2 years ago, yes. Is the market slow compared to 2 years ago? Yes. But 2 years ago, we had very, very low interest rates in a red hot market. So we're comparing it to something that's maybe a little bit unfair for the market. This is actually still a seller's market, although sometimes it doesn't feel like that. And a lot of sellers are staying home, which is why there are fewer listings. And again, these are the year-over-year changes for months of supply. So you can see with the impact of higher interest rates, properties are staying on the market longer and that months of supply is ticking up. Okay, and this is in percentage. So what does this mean? Fewer homes are being listed. A lot of sellers are choosing to stay out of the market, and the total price of home sales has in fact slowed. Inventory is up. That there are more months of supply. Prices have fallen slightly, and I put slightly in there because we keep running across properties that we if we do the comps for, say, a year to 6 months ago, it's price X, and then the last 6 months, it's price Y, and Y is less than X. So we are telling our sellers to price more cautiously. When I look at the global data, it seems like prices haven't budged, but in a lot of submarkets, it has. Okay, when I say the global, I say the regional data. In many, many submarkets, it has. So I want to be more conservative and say prices have fallen slightly without painting a doom and gloom picture. For sellers, if your home is properly prepared, priced, marketed, negotiated, showcased, it will still sell for the price you want. If you're not willing to necessarily make the preparations, or if you're advised and say the wrong preparations, or you're not willing to market it properly, there may be problems. But if you want to sell the property, there are still great opportunities to sell, and it is still technically a seller's market. So don't believe the doom and gloom. And of course, we're happy to meet with you and give you a consultation on what we'd recommend for preparations, how we would want to market the house, how we want to showcase it, and to give you that evaluation. It's also a great time to be coming into the market with spring right around the corner. Okay, and for buyers, this is the same thing I said in last month. It is the best time to be a buyer in the last 10 years. Okay, because you finally have leverage. You may be able to get the property at a discount, which is of course good, but in the past we had a crazy seller's market, and buyers just have to waive all protections. No home inspection. If you want one, do a pre-inspection. No appraisal, no financing, the settlement date of the seller's choice. The seller wants a free rent back. Whatever the seller wants, the seller gets, because there was so little inventory and the sellers had all the leverage. So buyers, you now finally have leverage, and it is a great, great time to be a buyer. Obviously, contact us for a free consultation. A little bit of a plug about the team. We cover all of DC area. We now cover almost all of Virginia, almost all of Maryland, and now also have coverage in parts of West Virginia. So if you live in any of those parts, let us know. We'd happy to introduce you to one of our agents for that private consultation. And if you are any of the other 50 states, no matter where you're watching this from, with eXp Realty, we have 90,000 agents spread throughout the country in 22 foreign countries. So wherever you are, we're happy to introduce you to, no obligation, of course, happy to introduce you to one of the agents from our company so they can provide these same services to you if you're not in the DMV area. So that is your market report for January of 2023. Hope you found that informative. Of course, like and subscribe if you want to see more updates like this. And always reach out if you have any questions. We'd always love to hear from you. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.